Hi, I'm Cheryl. Today we're going to be doing some watercoloring on our Dragonfly card. Now don't be afraid, just get out your Aqua Painter and I think you'll be surprised how easy this can be. We'll be using the Dragonfly Dreams stamp set. We'll be using this dragonfly right here with the details on the wings and the sentiment to a wonderful friend. Beautiful You stamp set. And we'll just be using the sentiment, life looks beautiful on you, for the inside of the card. We'll need our layering circles, framelits dies. Be using the second to the largest die and just using that to cut a stencil for our sun. So we'll keep that handy. That'll be the first thing we do. We don't need those. The Aqua Painter, of course. We'll need a sponge dauber. We'll need that first off. We need some Snail, some Stampin Dimensionals, and we've got a whole pile of inks here. We'll be using Saffron. That'll be the first color we use, so we'll keep that handy. Garden Green, Melon Mambo, Tempting Turquoise, and Night of Navy. And then the cardstocks we're using are Whisper White. We need a piece that's 5.5 by 8.5, scored and folded at 4 1/4. A piece of Sweet Sugarplum, and that's 3 3/4 by 4 1/4. And we'll have another piece of Whisper White, and that's 4 1/4 by 3 1/2. And you notice I wrote on the bottom of the card, bottom. It's just to make sure that I orientate my watercoloring the proper way. I wouldn't want it going this way by mistake. I want it this way. And another little piece of Whisper White. That's 3/4 of an inch by 4 1/4. A piece of Garden Green. That's 1 by 4 3/4. And then a little strip of Night of Navy, and that's a 1/2 inch by 5 1/4. And all these sizes will be listed down below, so you'll have that all handy when we're finished with the video. Now I'm also using my mini Misty today, and I'll explain why when we get to that part. But this thing just makes my life a whole lot easier sometimes. I'll just say that for now. So let's get our piece of cardstock out here and get the bottom facing the bottom, which is your bottom. My bottom would be the other way, but we'll do that. And we get our stencil out and just place it down on there, and there's my Saffron. Get our dauber inked up, and we're just going to do, we just want a halo of yellow around the outside. We don't want to fill this whole thing in completely. And remember, always start out light. You can always go darker, but once you get that color down, then that's it. You're stuck with it. And I think that's pretty good. Yeah, that looks good to me. So we don't need that anymore, or the dauber. We'll keep our Saffron open and handy because we do need that for later. Now, we're going to do the sky and the water. So we get our Tempting Turquoise, give it a little squeeze, and then what that does is it gives you a nice little puddle here to work from. Oh, let's see here. Best to do that. Let's do it that way. And you can see it and I can see it. Now this part up here will be the sky. Remember on the bottom here we'll have the bottom of this covered. So we want to see a little bit of our water right here. So I'm going to keep this handy so I can kind of measure up. So get your Aqua Painter here and give it a little drop of water. We want our sky pretty light. If you want to, you can bring in a piece of scrap paper and just kind of test it. And that's a little bit too light. Let's get a little more color in there. All right. And this is so easy. Just watch. Watch this. There you go. There's my sky. So, easy or what? Okay, now we'll do the water. Want that a little bit darker. Okay, now let me measure here. Okay, I need my water to be at least to here. And you'll notice that I'm not using watercolor paper. I'm not using shimmer white paper. I'm just using plain old Whisper white cardstock. And there we go. There's our water. I mean, this is watercoloring. It can be really quick and easy. Let me put a little blue down there too. All right. Now we want to get a couple little plants growing up there down at the bottom. So let me get the garden green out and give it a squeeze and open it up. And sorry, but I'm going to have to turn this around for this part. So just get yourself just a tiny little bit of water there. And get your garden green out. You can give it a little test swipe. See how the green is. And let's see. I want some coming in here from the side. Just see, just strokes like this. How easy is that? And we want a few over here too coming up, I think. Okay. Now look, the watercoloring's all done. This is finished. So we can put our Aqua Painter away. See, I won't be using the garden green anymore for this, so we'll put that away too. Now, oh, I remember I told you I'm going to use my Misty Mate, or my Mini Misty today. I always want to call it a Misty Mate for some reason. Well, the next step is to stamp the Dragonfly on here. And if I mess this up now, I'm going to have to start all over again, and I really don't want to do that. So, yeah, I chickened out. I'm not going to stamp it with a stamp pad. There are two reasons. One, I don't have a stamp pad that's the proper size for this. And the second thing is if I mess it up, if I don't get a good impression, I can always stamp it again. So, let me just wave this around a little bit more. Okay. So we'll put that there. Get our magnet on there, and let's see. I want my Dragonfly like right here, like he's flying into the sun. So you put it on here with the printing side down. Bring the lid over, pick it up, get that back down in there. And we'll get our Night of Navy out and ink our Dragonfly up. Oh, I missed his head. This might have been a lesson in, it was almost a lesson on wonderful things that you can do with the Mini Misty. And there we go. And good, I got a great impression. So we can take that out. Put this aside. Don't need that anymore. Now I have my Night of Navy out. Let's stamp our the inside of our card. Let's see, open it up like that, and we'll get the Life Looks Beautiful on You stamp out. Now I like to try to get this lined up on the stamp. And I think that looks pretty good. We'll ink that up real well. And right there. Alright, that looks good. And we'll get our little strip of Whisper White and stamp that with the To a Wonderful Friend. Alright, and I want that right about there. Okay, that's alright too. That's not bad. We'll put that aside. Oh, let's put this on the garden green. Take the snail and just put that on the back. Now I have it all the way to the bottom of this green. Okay, so you see, so it's offset on here. It's not centered. You can center it if you want. I'll never see it. You do what you want. Okay, we don't need the Night of Navy anymore. This should be pretty well dry now. So let's go back to this. And we'll get our Tempting Turquoise out. And get our Aqua Paint. Oh, we don't want it opened all the way. We already have some squeezed here from when we were doing the water. And I want this pretty dry, and I definitely don't want green in there. Let's get that out. Okay, there we go. So I want a lot of color in his wings. So I'm picking up, you see, let me show you here. See down here, this is where the color is more dilute. If you want more intense color, pick it up right from the puddle. In the same way, if you want more dilute color, just take it and pull it down and thin it out some. All right, but we want lots of color, so I'm going to pick up from here. And we'll just go right along the top here. See, we're not working this very much, so we can use the Whisper White instead of watercolor paper or shimmer white paper. It's something that holds up a little better. If you want to use them, go ahead. That's fine, but you don't need to. Okay, so I just did along the top of the wings and the body with the Tempting Turquoise. So let me get that cleaned out some here. Because next we're going to go for the pinky color in there. And that's our Melon Mambo. So squeeze it. Oh, and there we go. Oh, we got a nice puddle going there. And we're trying to make this look like iridescent. Like a, like an oil slick type of thing. Like dragonfly wings look like. So we're just going to put some pink there. We'll put some of the pink, or Melon Mambo I should call it, because that's what it is, there. And then we're just going to do some right there and right there. See, nothing real finicky about this. You thought this is going to be difficult. It's not. And then for the rest, to fill in on the rest of the wings, I'm going to use the Saffron. And let me give that a squeeze. And I have a, well, that's, boy, I wish I could blame this on the dog, but it's not. It's one of my hair. Okay, that's out. So let's get some of this Saffron. Give that a little test there. And just fill in wherever there's not color already. There we go. Now we can start putting our card together. Got all this, the painting done, the watercoloring, we painted some nice grassy things there. Did you think it would be that easy? If you're still scared, then just, you know what, get yourself some scrap paper and just do it on the scrap paper first. Okay, and there we go. That's down. We're going to put that on the card. And we're going to put that like in the middle of the card here. So try and line that up real well. And there we go. Oh, I got some of that. Looks like I miscut a little bit on that Sweet Sugarplum cardstock. That's okay. I got a pair of scissors right here. We'll just trim that off. There it goes. All fixed. And we're going to put our sentiment on. I line that up with the edge of the plum, Sweet Sugarplum. I wonder if they have a department at Stampin' of people who just think up names for these inks and cardstocks. Some of them are pretty cute. Pumpkin pie. And okay, so the front of our card is finished. And I just wanted a little something more on the inside, so I thought just a strip of Night of Navy would be nice down the bottom here. I don't think that's centered real well. There we go. That looks good. There. And that's it. I briefly thought about glittering up the dragonfly, but then I thought this really doesn't need it. And I did want the wings to be the focal point of the card. You see how nice they look? It really does give an iridescent kind of look with using those different colors. But if you want to bedazzle it a little bit, then go ahead, put the rhinestones on there, or some glitter, or Wink of Stella. Just remember, if you use Wink of Stella, though, that it does move the ink around, so you know, be a little careful with that. And there's our card. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you would like to shop with me, you can do that through my Facebook page or my website. If you like my video, then please press like. If you want to see more of my videos, be sure to press the subscribe button. You all take care, stay safe, and happy stamping.